What is up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers video review. The figure that the figure that we are reviewing today, thank you, Mouth, is the Transformers Core Class Ratchet. And yeah, Ratchet. He's a little. We had the newer Studio Series. I guess this is a Studio Series, right? Yeah. We had the newer Studio Series Ironhide, and I'm sure we're getting a Ratchet repaint of that. And then, I guess, I don't know why the Studio Series are getting core class versions of bigger figures. I mean, from a sales perspective, it makes sense. Yeah, you sell smaller figures so that you can get, you know, more toys sold and stuff like that. But, like, scale has always been a big thing for Studio Series, and you know, the core class figures that they've released, like Wheelie and Spike and Ravage as a Studio Series core class, Rumble, you know, those all make sense. But like a full-size figure as a core class, I don't know why they're doing it. They did it with the movie Shockwave as well, and it was weird. But here we are. Maybe it's to represent a scene where Ravage was way off in the distance and super teeny tiny looking. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there he is. And he looks pretty decent. Of course, not the same sort of sculpt. Of course, not the same engineering at all. His chest sticks out quite a bit, but it works all right in a, you know, in a Van Bro kind of a way. He comes with two accessories, being which his little pistols here. He can hold them in his hands. Clearly, this is more of an Ironhide thing than a Ratchet thing. Like, this guy is definitely showing his true colors as a as an Ironhide pre-paint. But yeah, he's got them. He holds them. You can stow them on his body, and that you've got one little port back here. Can you fit them in here? I'll be dipped in silly sauce. You can. Weird. Anyhow, you can store them on his. You can store one on his back like so, and then you don't really have a space to store the other one until I realized that if you take this panel and open it up, you got this slot here, which is used, that this tab goes into in his alt mode. But you can just like take that little gun tab and stick it into there. And then he's totally got a gun hiding out in his leg. And you can keep the other one on his back. And you know what? It works out. I like that. Absolutely unintended. I am 100% positive, but I like it a lot. But anyhow, let's talk about his articulation. So his head is on a swivel, and it will go all the way around. His arms are on ball joints here. They're on a little post, so you got a little bit of backwards motion on that, like a reverse butterfly joint. His arm will go around like so, and then you've got, instead of a bicep swivel, he's got a ball joint right up here in his shoulder, so that'll come out for almost a full tree pose. We'll give it to them. But you can also rotate around that as well, which is nicely done. Single joint bend at the elbow for just over 90 degrees. That's great. You don't have a waist joint per se, but you've got this like mid-torso joint that you can use, especially if you kind of like pick this up to like go over. This little tab will get in the way of that fender, but you can kind of pick it up to move it more. And that is perfectly serviceable as a waist joint. His hips, again, ball joints, they'll go that far forward, that far back, go out for the full Van Damme. You do not have a thigh swivel per se, but you, of course, can get a little bit of motion on that ball joint, and then you have a rotation at the knee ball joint, the knee ball joint. The knee will bend about that much, which really kind of sucks. It's not nearly as nice as it probably should have been, but you know, what do you do at this point? I wonder, by the way, while I've got this here, could you just like... No, that doesn't fit. I was thinking that the tab that you use to plug it in the alt mode, if that would work in robot mode. It does not. My way is still the only way. I like it. Nothing at the feet, nothing anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, it's decent for whatever they pay for this. I guess it's okay. And actually, come to think of it, the way Transformer prices are going, I don't know if I can objectively say that it's worth it, but everything is getting more expensive these days. Welcome to inflation. To get this guy transformed up, what we want to do is open up his chest cavity. His head is going to fold in like so. You're going to straighten out his arms and rotate them and fold them back like so. You can close this guy back up and make sure that you get this over that. Rotate this around so the bumper all lines up. And then you're going to bend it. You've got this joint here, which does not work as an ab crunch, really. But you're going to take and open these up. And basically, you're going to turn his legs inwards towards each other. You can tab these together. You can bring these out, so you can bring these... Well, you just bring them out on those ball joints. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to stick the arms inside the legs. Do these arms tab together? I kind of feel like they do. I feel like I'm doing it in a weird way. I see these, you know, matching ports on the arm. I think maybe I should do something about that. But those will plug in together, and these will plug in like so. And everything just kind of lines up. It actually lines up pretty dang good in terms of, you know, most of the Ironhide and Ratchet molds we've gotten lately. I haven't actually personally handled the Studio Series one, but, you know, it's, you know. And these you can plug in there, or you can plug them the other way around so they're facing forwards, however you want. It doesn't really matter. It's all the same to the toy. The toy careth not. Now there's got to be a tab in there. There we go. There's the tab. Boom. 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 And now he is a white little van. And then you can zoom around. Really no paint apps on this guy that we haven't already seen in robot mode. So he's got the ones on the windows here. And then he's got red up here on the light bar. There's a weird little splotch of paint here. I think that's got to be an error. Even though that's on something that's definitely molded to be window part, it's not painted on either side. Except it's got a random splotch of paint there. But yeah, tires are painted. Tires are definitely molded in white plastic, and they're painted in this kind of brownish grayish. It rolls decently enough, and that's all we have to say about it. All in all, it's a decent little figure, and if you feel like core class figures are worth your money, then I think it's probably worth your money. But anyhow, that's all I got for this guy. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody, stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.